actually colonizing anything of their own. But I think it's time we nestled into some other fine real estate. I'll take anything that is a good trading part. I trust you're all part of a different colonial region here. Colonial Garadan? Colonial Guardian, that sounds better. Same as what these guys are up to. Doesn't seem to be any good trading provinces around here. Either that or I am blind as they come. But there are tons of natives to chew up and spit out, and I'm more than happy to do that. So we check out this, we'll go for anything that is particularly high development. These are taken already. Okay, well, with that being the idea, I may as well go for something that is gives room to breathe. Preferably 5 provinces that are near enough each other. And would you look at that? Plenty of provinces next to each other here. So if we go for Jamtal, maybe Arid, but that's fine. We know how to... We've been dealing with Arid our whole life. I'm sure we can deal with this one. So where was my head at? I think it was Hormuz needs to die. Jinx, the Ottomans have finally found themselves a pair of cojones. The issue of reconquest on Hormuz is it only covers so many provinces, and they have rather a lot. But there's also the flip side that Hormuz is too big to eat in one go anyway. Now we've got a whole bunch of mercs just ready to die for us. I think we could actually switch out the not mercs and have a half-decent fighting force here. You guys hang back, I'll figure out something to do with you later. The rest of you... they won't know what hit them. Jake, why so complicated? Interesting but complicated. We'll buy while the sale is here. What? I don't understand a word you're saying. Oh, right, yes, the whole merchant thing. That's also a thing. What was I even doing? We had the Gulf of Aden coming up our way. I could drain Ethiopia chunk, but that just... Nah. Could flow Tunis right into Sevilla where I'm collecting, but we... Oh, I'm not collecting. I collect here. We'd get almost no power if we were to do that anyway, and it's not like we have much going on around here. Ho-hum, ho-hum. We have good power in... well, I assumed I would have good power in propagation in Crimea. But the truth is, I do not. And everybody's pushing our trade away. Lithuania holds most of the power here, and they're... Well, they're not doing us any favours, shall we say. Tricky bickies here. I could collect my fraction of a ducat over in Tunis again. Those were good times, weren't they? Nah. The clever thing to do is transfer Timbuktus. Said nobody ever. But it's what we're doing. Yeah, those Cretes are just waiting to get on my nerves. I'm sure of it. But at least when they revolt, I don't have to worry about that province again. Alright, I'm sick of you. You've got to go. Al-Arid? Man. It's really painting the colour of this place, isn't it? And my pathetic friend Persia still won't help us out. Oh, there's no problem there. I just want loads of land back for Naj. They deserve it. Also, it doesn't cost me any overextension, which is lovely. I also desire to eat up Yemen, so when there's not any revolt problems to the north, everything will be sorted out in its own special way. Oh, this is really good though. Since you are besieging that, I can drop in unannounced and take the siege for myself. They've already got +10 on it. Oh, this I don't like. Losing rivals whilst at war, because there ain't diddly you can do about it. I'd be happy if that went the way of the dodo. So I rather think they're going to be stranded in Qatar with no place to go. Give Naj back all their provinces here. Oh, right, well, they had a different idea there then. Jake, seeing as you're screwing around with trade, what is your opinion on dynamic trade routes? Dynamic trade routes is a great and easy thing to blab about. Like, yeah, we had dynamic trade routes, that would be great, but there would be a lot of implementation, teething issues with that, and I wouldn't even know where to begin. So, in terms of opinion, I don't really have one. I do have the opinion that these boats could die a death, because otherwise I can't get my greasy little fingers over to Awal. Although I have a fort in the area, I can now take back whatever I want, but I'm going to need to punch him just a little bit harder than that. That fort's just going to take things back unless I drop somebody off. Didn't I? Ugh, well. Naj are gunning for it. Now that I can get behind. Best Arabia can join my religion. Well, it's a lovely situation of not having to go for 100%. Certainly be getting you all your cores back. A core's a core, of course, of course. Let's get our boat over here and really strangle their capital. I don't really have to care about this one fort here. Grabbing their capital should prove to be more than enough. As if killing all their units wasn't enough. Oh, hey Yanis, aka Milo is live. Nice to see you there. And yeah, the game is horrifically complicated for anybody just joining Paradox's grand strategy games. Jings, I remember when I started out playing as Scotland, I lost half of Iceland to Aragon. Those were bad times. But I did fall in love with the game well and truly. Holy war against people that I don't even care about. Or at least not yet. I will want to gobble them up later. At the moment though, I'm really looking for provinces back to my glorious vassal Naj. He'll get them converted in no time. He will probably have religious problems, that's just to be expected. It's somewhat tempting to grab Hormuz for myself, since, well, it'll give me a border with Persia, who is cruising for an abusing. Makes it easier to wage war when I have the borders, since I can use wonderful holy war. They probably won't want to give me it, but, you know, we have, it's advantage burns, basically. We might as well take advantage of it. Ah, no, there is little point in wasting time with that fort. We'll have their capital. Oh my, I didn't notice Muscat there. That's a nice little province. Yeah, it gives me something of a border with Baluchistan, at least something that I could claim from. Yeah, it only makes sense to take it for myself. The rest of this can happily go to Naj. I wonder if I could grab Muscat and all this. Probably not. Well, that shows what I get for having thoughts. And I can just give Muscat back via subject interactions. I kind of want it for myself. Actually, now that I say that, why don't I just keep it for myself? We've never had overextension problems, and we're not going to start with that now. Plus, it's overseas. Kind of wasting away by not having my cannons over here to help out with it, but I don't want to have to be faced with some bad times when it comes to rebels. Jings, they're all waiting to pop at the same time. See, Hormuz is down, and it all goes tumbling away for them. Could probably grab a bit more, like this fort for example. Forts are a pain, might as well grab them. For my glorious vassal Naj. Don't want to take too much because I don't want them coalitions firing. With that in mind, could well be worth my time. Let's see, you're a fort, so you're going to retake this, but otherwise we're okay. Could definitely be worth my time. Yeah, once this naval battle is... Oh, he wants to join in, but he knows it's a no-hoper. Yeah, get out of here. Now, if I can follow a line of thought for just 1 second, that's all I'm asking. Going to crush Yemen, that's what I'm saying, but I want to crush them as soon as I can. They don't have any friends, do they? Why would they have... Oh god, they got Adjiran. Now, Adjiran was a pain in our bum before, and they'll probably be a pain in our bum again. No, I'm too busy having rebel factions up the wahooey here to be thinking about that. But they would join the coalition against me, most likely. And that's just a bureaucratic brick wall that I don't want to have to deal with. All these rebels. All these people to fight. Well, Adjiran... No, last time I was at Adjiran's face I had naval superiority. It's not like Mogadishu would be involved, but Adjiran would still come strolling up here and give me a good kicking. Technologically, it's not far until I get Glorious 19, which is a huge help. But I really don't want Yemen getting involved in all this. But if I just laid off on one province, I really do want Muscat. Oh, if I'm taking Muscat, I can worry about Hormuz later, and if I do that, Yemen still want to join in. If I can keep Yemen out of this. 51. Jings, look at me. When did I back away from things like this? The cores don't make any odds here. Qatif is what matters. If you're wondering why I'm thinking about all this, the casus belli was to regain the cores of Naj, and these are pretty much aggressive expansion free. But when I take provinces that are not part of that, oh boy, the aggressive expansion comes down. So if I just limit it to Muscat, I still have the ability to fabricate claims around here. Yemen does not join the coalition, and I can get ready for round 2 with them. We'll figure it out. But I want your money as well. You don't have any friendships to end though. Acceptable. So yeah, Yemen hate my guts, but they have less than 50 aggressive expansion, so we won't be seeing any coalitions from them. I also don't care about that castle. Oh, nay, religious zeal. 13 years, granted, but not something I like dealing with, to be honest with you. Let me get all you guys together and try to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, Russia, I can go with that. So there we go. Naj, no doubt, just grovelling at my feet for being such a brilliant overlord and giving them all these provinces. Oh, they all have religious zeal. Go figure. And they have too high autonomy, so he can't even raise autonomy. I'm going to need to baby his provinces for a while, because they're probably going to break out with... Okay, at least they're separatists and not religious fellows. But still, Naj is going to need babied for a while. Never good. Glad to see you've embraced it there, Milo. I've been losing my train of thought this whole time. Bessarabia wish to rise up with the zealots. They won't convert it, since it's in a zone of control, but if they're the ones that wish to rise up soonest... Jeez. Ugh, but the Byzantines are ones that I don't have a fort protecting. Never rains, but it pours. Yes, the Persians are westernizing, and that is why they are getting slapped silly with the rebels. I still need to figure out what I'm even doing here. I think Persia's been vassalizing. Hejaz is the vassal. Hassa's a march. I got more than enough reasons to go and give them a good slapping. But there's so much expansion that I want to do quickly. It's just a question of doing it. And I'm not a doer. I just want to sit back and relax with my glorious Mzab. Ah, well, needs must. I need to think of a good time to target Yemen, which basically just means bomb rush Ajiran. They had a bunch of forts here before. I wonder if they got rid of them because I cut off quite a chunk of what I assume would be their income. But if I'm going to be thinking about it like that, it would be better just to fight Ajiran, but then coalitions. Now, I could deal with Yemen, bomb rush Ajiran. Whilst Yemen are still dealing with my forts. Nah, I need those revolts to pop. That will free up my army. And there's just 3 of them. It would be nice to be able to just pop them manually. But I don't have such liberties. Hard times for Yemen, though. When Hormuz, who just got slapped silly, is the one that's giving them the beatdown. I should have you guys over there ready to deal with Najis revolts. And there are going to be revolts, I think we all know that. Rowan Quigley saying catching Jake live for the first time ever. Nice. Well, now is not nice times, since the streaming quality is likely garbage. Alright, Athens and Bessarabia. Go figure it, they both wanted to come at the same time. But we're ready for this. We are more than ready for this. See, I don't have to worry about these fellows, because they're in the zone of control. At least I hope that's the case. If they end up torching that missionary despite zone of control, I'm going to be quite the opposite of happy. But he should be safe. See? Completely safe. Yeah, he's torched. Bah humbug. What am I even paying for you, Silistria? Well, it gives my missionaries something to do at the very least. I'd love defensive mentality, but I need my techs. How's Christmas back with the Scots? Lovely and very comfy. Okay, I don't even need to worry about that province since it will be flipped back by the fort. What I do want are you guys back on the boat. And we'll take care of Crete. Heck, it might even take care of itself if it doesn't pop in the next few months or so. Crispy missionary. I do like the idea of them just being baked alive, really. Crispy indeed. Not a fan of having anything other than merc scum around here. When it comes to infantry, of course, never go merc anything else, because what is even the point? Nice to see the end of Eastern Roman Empire, though. They had to go. Why did they even exist? They just sit there taking up space. They contribute nothing to society. Jinx, it is bad times for Yemen. They're getting baked by Hormuz there. So what can I do about Ajiran then? I'm going to need to deal with them eventually. It would almost make sense to plop up a fort along here so they can't really go much further. But there's no good defensive land. Would be if I had one of these provinces, but I don't. And they might even get access to come and ruin my day either way. No, I'm reckoning I should bum rush them on their capital when I fight Yemen. And that'll be once these rebels pop. And I can't wait for them to pop. I'm not scared of the Omanis. This is the one real disadvantage to my bring on the rebels playstyle. They do tie up quite a lot of units, especially in 1.14 when rebels got steroids. Okay, well that's lovely. The Cretes are gonna go away. Give it 8 months, I'll bring our troops down here. Oh, actually, I really hope that Hormuz don't gobble up all of Yemen. That would be a shame for me. And I don't like Yemen, and Yemen don't like me. I can't enforce peace in this situation. Jake, demand land from Ajiran. You know, I may just be able to. I don't have a claim on it, mind, but that's not a bad idea. In fact, that's a terrific idea. I need to think of a province that I want from them, though. Since all I'm looking for is a separate truce with them, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? I'm sure they're scared of me. Scared enough, at least. To be honest, I would quite like Socotra, but I don't have any way of fabricating a claim on it. I should probably go for something nice and middling like this, so it gives me Gulf of Aden, always good. Then again, yeah, I want those tradey provinces. Let's get Zilla, or at least try for it. Heavens knows if we'll get it. Zilla is what you want, Jake Hydro. You're quite right. But then when are you ever not right? Oh, it's going from bad to badder for Persia. Internal conflicts, Georgians, nobles, peasants. Reactionaries are all gone though. Maybe they canned the idea. I forgot about this little island. Why was I even taking this? Is this an idea to make New Togurt large enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That wouldn't cut the mustard. Why did I take this? I'm sure I had good reasons. I'm just not seeing them right now. Glorious copper, at least. Now, what I want is to really plop my fingers down here and say this is mine, despite its fairly abhorrent development. Tropical wood is not something that you should be excited about. Never really gets that great. Man, these are horrible provinces. But the reason we're taking them is that it's good expansion opportunity. And that's as good enough a reason as any. Jake, when I try to play in the area on stream, promptly what? Oh, right. When I try and play in the area when I explode, that is when you do not do right. Well, there is that, isn't there? Alright, a few more months. Crete will be done. We'll get our armies down here. But then that means we won't even have to worry about Ajiran if this whole threatened war works out for us. I wonder if I can do the same with these other fellows. Wallachia, probably not. I'm looking at my coalition here. Serbia, Wallachia, Ottomans, Ajiran. Now, Wallachia may give me Altinia, since it's relatively worthless. That's right, Romanians, your land is relatively worthless. Wouldn't mind getting my fingers in Kosovo at some point. Oh, but I want Sofia, since it... No, I need to keep my eyes on the prize here. But I also kind of want them to accept, so what's a man to do? No, I have no reason to go further. I should be thinking more about nice, smooth borders, and Sofia would be a good part of that. We know you can't wait for the Norwegian Tropical Wood achievement. Please, no. Spare me, Norway. I had a bit of a breakdown when I was playing that, because I thought I had everything. I went through every single province in the world going, I've got it, why is it not triggering? I was missing this. Ragusa evading me. Finally, decadence for the Ottomans, they deserve nothing better. Ah, yes, the whole fabricating claims on provinces. Sofia, of course. I wonder if Spain would eat a threatened war. They've got some pretty beefy allies, so it's unlikely. I doubt I'd do it anyway, because Spain deserve a punch in the face for everything they've done to me, and they've done quite a bit. Like I said, nothing to worry about. It's kind of nice and relaxing at least. And it's fun to play around with threat and war. It's also kind of fun to have manpower back again. I've missed that. Dude, can you spare us a penny or two? I can't give out overseas provinces to these fellows, but I could certainly give them a pocket or two. I want them to have a bit more influence so I can get some decent dip points out of them. But it's really... what you want to give them are these centres of trade. And, well, actually... I guess they don't have Tangiers, do they? Aye, they'll like that a wee bit. Get those merchant guilds on the go. I don't want to give them the gold province, since what's even the point? And they've already got that. Both of these. The merchant guilds I don't really tend to give much to. I can't give them these because they're overseas. At least I can't give them to them yet. That's certainly on the cards for later on. Maybe I could... yeah, I could give them their old monopoly charters. Keep them nice and happy. And then I go for our Diplo support. Thanks for the Diplo power, my friends. Wouldn't mind a few ducats as well. I mean, it only hurts you for 10 years. Aye, guys, get with it. If every merchant in Mzab donated 10 ducats, our wars would be over in 3 hours. Being warned about my admin cap, I'm well aware it's coming. We have plenty to spend it on, though. We are only on admin 12. I think my people would like a bit of improved drainage right now, to be honest with you. And more ideas? Well, sign me up, Buttercup, but maybe once we get these claims on the go.